Okay.
All right,
Okay,
mute
so
your
ultra
device as soon
singer.
as you get in, please.
Who's the ultra singer? You?
Maya, yeah.
Okay, good. I won't let nobody in who's I'm leaving right now.
I'm about to do mine.
Okay, so who's in the waiting room? All right, good. I'm gonna let y'all three in the waiting room right now. Out the waiting room.
Is she coming on first?
Okay.
All right, this is the last thing. So hold on. So no,
Okay.
she coming on last.
Okay, let me write some more.
Okay, so where is it? Which one you gave me? This is all right. So it's right here. I can't host. You can
Okay, somebody needs to read their.
mute your device, please.
All right, I'll mute you, Moody. I see you. That's just. All right, cool. So, I need Monique to log in.
Yeah, it's going all right.
Somebody's not muted. Malachi. Malachi. Oh no, it's Monique. Oh,
Hello?
All right, let me come later. What you can you get on my that's because I'm not mute. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not
What you do? Zia, what are you doing? Mommy. Can you? Don't come in and out.
Welcome. We're going to get started in a few moments.
Oh my.
Everyone, please make sure that your camera is on and mute your microphone.
You have to use your microphone first.
They are.
Okay.
She just said mute your microphone. You know this is
Okay, welcome everyone. So we are about to go live on Facebook. When you speak, let's all have one mic. You let the other person speak and then you speak. Let's try to make sure that it's one person at a time. We're gonna have fun and enjoy today. And just bear with me one moment while we get to Facebook.
You can see me? Okay, yeah. All right. So
No, that's correct.
oh,
Okay.
Why am I screaming like that? What? Oh.
Everybody on? No? All right, guys, so we're going live. Is there a countdown? All right, guys, so we are almost there. All right, we're going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, guys, how are you? I can hear. Hi, Alamasi.
Hello, hello, how are you? How's everyone?
All right, I'm doing good, doing good. Who else is on with us? All right, hey, Chris, what's up?
Hello.
All right, who else is on?
Hello.
All right, we got Malachi. So the rule here as we move forward is if you guys are not answering the question, mute your phones so that everyone else is can speak clearly. All right, so we're gonna introduce the panel tonight. Welcome to our first edition of Teen Talk panelists. Teen Talk COVID-19. I'm thankful to have you guys on tonight. So I'm gonna introduce you all. We have here Chris Lane, the future. He is an aspiring musician, singer, activist. He's doing a lot of great things, and we'll get into that a little bit later. We also have here Ultra Singer, AKA Amaya. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Amaya is a practicing musician and actor. You can mute your phone for me, please. All right, good. Thank you. All right, we also have Malik Ferguson, the activist. He's big on social justice, and you can see him at just about every other event that's going on in the city. So I wanted to make sure that I shout him out, Malik Ferguson, the activist. We also have Josiah Duran. She is the runner-up for valedictorian, dancer, and soon-to-be college student. Woohoo for you. We also have Janala. Janala, are you there? All right, see your hands. Janala Perry is a singer, and she loves arranging music, enjoys cooking, and aspiring chef. She's an aspiring chef. So that's awesome, Janala. We also have Janaya Perry, who's a strategist, most likely to be a lawyer, but we'll get more into that a little bit later. We also have Jazria Perry. She's really good at doing lashes and hair, and she's an amazing artist. Look forward to her work and speaking to her. We have Malachi Ferguson. He's an aspiring game designer. He's really interested in gaming, and so we'll talk about that a little bit later. All right, guys, we're gonna get right into this. So our first thing we're gonna be doing is, do everybody have their Skittles? Let me get my Skittles. Everybody got red Skittles?
No, I don't have red Skittles.
All right.
I
So
don't
we-
got
so-
Skittles.
all right, it's okay. So we're gonna pick a color. We're gonna pretend you're gonna eat a couple, and then you're gonna choose a color. Okay. So this is an icebreaker that we're doing. It's called Candy and Get to Know You.
Oh, that's my
You
phone.
guys get Skittles too? Does everybody else get Skittles?
Where's the Skittles?
Skittles. All right. So what we're gonna do if you got your Skittles, and if you don't, we'll pretend. So you're gonna open it up. You're gonna take 5 Skittles each. If you're in the same household, 5 Skittles each. Put it in your hand. All right. Here you go. Okay. Yeah. Don't touch it. You gotta read the instructions. Instructions. All right. All right. So have to go back and get them some. Okay. So we got our Skittles. We're gonna take out 5 pieces of Skittles. We are gonna eat 4 of them and leave the 1 in your hand. So I'm eating mine. All right. And I have 1 in my hand. That's the instructions. You have 5 pieces of Skittles in your hands. You eat 4. For those who don't have the bag of Skittles, we're gonna improvise and you're just gonna choose a color. So one by one, we're gonna say which color we have, okay? So for instance, I have red. Anybody else? What do you have?
I have yellow.
Yellow? Okay.
I have orange.
Okay.
Oh, I have green.
All right, great. So here's the instructions. If you have a red Skittle, you're gonna unmute your phone. And you're going to tell me something or tell us something interesting about yourself. Everyone else will mute their phones, including me. If you have red. Did anybody hear me? I have red. And something interesting about me is I have freckles on my tongue. If you have the color orange, you're gonna unmute your phone and tell us what's your talent, and if you want to, you can show it. Does anyone have orange? Moving on to the next color. If you have yellow, tell me your name and your age. One by one.
I have yellow and my name is Amaya and my age is 12.
All right, thank you. Come on. Anybody else with yellow? Yellow? All right, we got a lot of greens then. All right, so if you have the color green, tell us something that grosses you out. One by one.
People.
Anybody else got something?
Bugs.
If you have the color purple, name one self-care thing you do for yourself, and you can't go without it. It could be anything. So now for those who did not get the chance to participate because they didn't have Skittles, pick your color and tell me what it is, and then I will give you the instructions again so that you can participate too.
I chose yellow.
What?
My color was yellow. My imaginary color was yellow.
Okay, so what's your name and age?
My name is Ali Masi, and I'm 25 years old. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Alamasi. Is there someone else that wants to participate? You gotta unmute your phone.
I chose the color red.
Okay, red is tell me something interesting about yourself.
I started activism when I was 3 years old. Surprising. Yeah.
That's dope. Wow. So you were out there kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Is there anyone else? Janala? Or your phone is not, your phone is muted if you're talking. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna move. So we're gonna move forward if you don't want to participate in that part, and then we're gonna get straight into some questions. This is a very active part of this event because we want to hear from you guys. We want to make sure we hear from you guys. So this part is really active. We're moving into like the questions for the panelists, which means that's all of you. And for you, Miss Alamasi, we'll come to speak to you a little bit. Okay. So these are the first questions, and I'm going to be picking people to answer them. If someone doesn't want to answer, just move it on to someone else, and someone else who feels like they want to answer can. And if I'm looking off to like veering off to the right, it's because I have this big projector thing up so I can see all of you guys. Just kind of make sure I'm looking that way too. So the first question is, how are you all coping during the COVID-19? Physically, emotionally, mentally? Anyone is open to answer.
I'll answer it. I just eat. That's what I do, eat.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I totally understand. I feel, no, seriously, I feel like I've been doing the same thing. It's just like, get up. It's such a routine now because we're not like doing our norm. It's like eat, lay down, watch a movie, get some work done. And it's become like the new consistent norm for me. And it's really annoying, but I'm a foodie anyways. I don't know if you're a foodie. You like food?
I love food. It's not
me
like,
too. They should have like a
all
big
day.
foodie event because that is so me. Like I will be there. So I love it. Yeah. All right. That's awesome. Anyone else?
I just go to sleep or like watch movies, honestly, and like do a little bit of homework, but that's mainly my day.
Okay. And what kind of movies are you into, or what are you watching these days?
I watch movies based on like comic books, like Justice League, Marvel.
And there was supposed to be like this really big movie that came out, right? What is it called?
Endgame.
Yeah, the Endgames. I heard that was like supposed to be like the biggest movie ever. So yeah, that's dope. All right, thank you for sharing. Is there anyone else?
I read comic books during the COVID-19.
Okay. What book are you reading?
I am reading like comic books, like novels.
Is there a particular one that you're reading?
Yes, it's mostly a comedy,
Okay.
but also a thriller.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Sorry about that noise. So we also have someone else that want to maybe talk about how they're feeling, how they're coping during COVID-19. How are you feeling during this COVID-19? Are you feeling emotionally overwhelmed? Are you stressed? Are you feeling, what are you feeling?
Mostly good in my room, homework, playing my games, chilling.
Okay. How are you?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Is there anyone else that wants to discuss how they're feeling during this COVID-19?
I just feel like it needs to be over so I could get on with my life. I'm tired of being in this house. I would never stay in the house again after this. Ever.
I am so, hold on, am I on? Yeah, okay. I'm definitely there with you. I don't know how many nights I thought about like Applebee's, because that's like my number one spot to go to. So I'm like, oh man, I gotta make an Applebee's meal at home, and it's just boring. But I understand what I'm doing and what has to be done, so it's cool. But yeah, as soon as this is done, like I'm gonna be out too, right with you. Right with you. Anybody else?
I think that this COVID-19 quarantine is really, really boring in the house. One, like, you can't go outside. One, you could get really sick. People have died from this, and it's really, really bad. I don't like it.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree with you. Is there anyone else that wants to? And the Perry sisters, if you don't mind like turning your volume up, I think the volume is really low, so I can hear you, but it's very faint. Let me turn my this up too. All right. All right. Were you guys going to say something else? Add to it? Okay. All right. Do you want to say something?
Stressed out.
Okay. So tell me what's starting that stress? Like what's causing it?
Worrying about others, like in my family.
Okay. That's something that's real. That's 100% real. A lot of people are worried about their family members. A lot of people have lost people to this. So I definitely understand that feeling. Have you lost anybody to COVID-19?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. Let's speak life. No, we're not. Change that phrase a little bit. But definitely, yeah, but a lot of people have lost their lives. A lot of people have are no longer with us. But I would want you guys to hold on, for those who have lost someone, to hold on to the memories that those individuals have left you with, and try to be the best person you can be during this time. And even when this is done, we're all gonna come out of this, doing amazing things and learning something new. I mean, shoot, I learned so much. I learned so much about myself and being in quarantine. I'm learning how to do some baking. I'm learning how to do some other things. There's a lot of things that we can learn from this time of not being outside. So that's wonderful, and thank you for sharing that. All right, the next question is going to be, what are you doing to stay busy during the pandemic? Is there any new hobbies that you're learning, you're picking up? Anyone is open to answer.
Well, what I do to keep me busy is mostly read, watch shows, make sure I get some work done.
And you're homeschooled, right?
Yeah.
How do you like that? I mean, because this is not new to you. It's new to a lot of other people that's on here.
Well, it's okay. It's like another day at being homeschooled.
Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. Is anyone else who want to answer that?
I just started writing poetry. I just started writing anything I can, if it's my feelings or it's just, a poem, just write.
Yeah. So, I mean, is all that writing going to turn into something like a book, or that you're hoping for? Maybe something like writing a play of some sort at some point?
like a song. Yeah, like, you know, a musical, something musical.
Okay.
It has to be like musically inclined, you know.
Yes.
So yeah. And I also been like making my own beats, you know, through my phone. So yeah, that's mainly really kept me like, you know, sane, because music has, you know, for it has been for like a long while, kept me like, where I don't like start bugging out. So yeah.
Yeah, so music has definitely been like a big part of my teenage life too. It helped me get through so much. I mean, I wonder if the artists that write these songs, that do they ever really sit back and think how much they're impacting people's lives? My favorite genre of music is gospel music. But if you ask me to sing it, I won't know the words. But for the most part, it's always been like one of my my go-tos, so I can get through things in life. So definitely, yeah. Hopefully, we'll be able to hear some of your stuff today. Hint, hint. Anyone else want to answer that question? Question is, what are you doing to stay busy?
I'll answer it. I'm just literally watching the whole Netflix. Been watching shows.
What are you watching?
Money Heist.
Right now I'm watching The 100.
Mm.
I just started it, but I just finished. What did I finish? Jane the Virgin. It's a good show. Y'all should watch
It's
that.
a good show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into that. You know what I've been into? I've been doing Netflix too. But what I've been into is called Sirens, right? It's weird because it's talking about mermaids, and people like my kids be laughing at me, but I'm so into it. I'm so deep into it. Like I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. Like I look forward to like the next time it comes on. So yeah, that's really good. Everybody's doing the Netflix right now. Everybody's doing Hulu. Everybody's chilling out. Anyone else got any new hobbies or doing anything different?
I've been practicing violin. You hear me?
Yep.
All right, dang.
All right, so you said you've been practicing the violin? Okay, how's that going?
Not so good.
Okay, why?
It's like they make it look so easy, but it's hard.
Yeah, violin is tough. Learning something on your own is tough, but it takes a lot of endurance, and if you can do it, then do it. So I definitely think that's really good. Anyone else, or I'm gonna move on to the next question. Okay.
Well, I can relate to Malik because learning guitar wasn't easy for me either. I had to learn the chords, and then I had to tune it, and then but once I got the hang of it, it came to turn out good.
Okay. All right. All right. So then I'm gonna move forward. Here's the number one question: do you miss school? If you do, tell me what you miss about it. I can bet that most of you guys are gonna say my friends, but let me see. I could be wrong.
I'm not even gonna lie, like I just miss like the whole idea of teachers being on top of me for my work, because Lord knows without them it's easier though. Like they make sure so it's better, more concentration, more focus.
All right, that's good. That's different. I promise you, I didn't even see that coming at all. That's awesome. Most people are like, oh my goodness, school is out. Yes. But I'm sure I'm gonna get some mixed messages here. Anyone else want to answer that question?
I don't miss nothing about it. Cause school sucks.
Why? Is it like for you, like what is that? Like what's that experience about? Is it more like the people, the kids, the teachers, what is it?
It's more like the time and the teachers. Like, oh my God. They do too much.
So you're speaking from a home. So Malik is also homeschooled. So he's speaking from a homeschool student as well, who have been involved in public schools. So yeah, that's his experiences. Is there anyone else?
Yes, I would like to relate because I kind of do miss the cool teachers and like the teachers being on top of me as well. I used to always get yelled at by this one teacher, and now it's like once I go through my memories again, I miss that teacher.
Yep. All right. Anyone else?
I miss this structure because, like, you know, I'm seeing some grades that I ain't never seen before. So,
wow.
Yeah, sadly. I just miss, like, you know, the teachers, like, you know, being on top of me. Like, Chris, I know what you do outside. If you can reflect that in your schoolwork, then you'd be good.
Right.
I just really miss that.
Right. So what do you what is it about the structure that do you think that they can kind of incorporate this structure down the line if they say that you know homeschooling is something that is potentially going to be around for a little while longer? What can they do differently to help with that, to help you cope with that?
Honestly, I think that's up to you know, the school, you know, the educational system. You know, at the end of the day, it is, you know, corrupt, but we not gonna get on that. But you know, I feel like my teachers, we have office hours where we can go, you know, make up any work or, you know, make up, you know, whatever we need, like whatever we missed, make up our grades. So I feel like that's good, honestly, for, you know, my school.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. Is there anyone else? Is there anyone else that want to speak to that? If not, we're going to move on. What are some ways that you are staying safe and preventing the spread of COVID-19? So you know that a lot of teens were like outside. Some of them are still having parties like in a basement. What are some ways that maybe you are helping to prevent the spread of COVID-19?
I'm just in the house. Like, I feel like that's the only way you can't get it. Just stay in the house until it's safe outside.
Stop saying shut up.
Same.
All right. Yeah, I think so too. But you know, unfortunately, there have been people that didn't go out and they were getting it. So one of the things that had happened even in my household was my husband. You know, of course, he works in a hospital, but we were inside. I guess because he came in and out. But sometimes it transfers through like your clothes, your shoes. It also transferred through the groceries you bring in that people have touched already and then kind of walked past or sneezed on or coughed on or talked over. And so what we started doing as an additive to prevent it from happening again is we started washing groceries. So I know that sounds really, really silly, but like literally anything that comes in here, if it comes in a case or a can or a bottle, we wash it. Is anyone else doing that?
No.
Yeah.
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 All right. So how do you feel about camp, SYEP, summer school, and all of these things closing? This is a really big topic right now because a lot of people are trying to salvage it and make it right. But I think the loss of income and funding due to them trying to move their money around a certain kind of way, we've lost SYEP. I would like to know how you guys feel about that, and then how do you think that's going to affect your peers, you or your peers?
My peers. How do you feel about not having summer?
Oh, let me elaborate. So SYEP is a summer youth program. How many of you guys are like 14 and up?
Me. When I heard that, I was so upset.
Tell me about it. I was upset too. I was upset as a
I
business owner. I was upset for like many reasons because a lot of what we do is educate youth. Go ahead.
I was just hoping on making money, this summer, helping out, but then all of this, and then, I think this summer is gonna be like extra violence, and like, something's gonna I know something crazy is gonna happen where it's gonna be like something big, and I feel like the kids that are occupied with like jobs, they making money, and it's structured, like it's a structured environment. I was looking forward to all that, especially the money, because people's broke nowadays. So.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I believe that we're gonna see like a spike in gang violence. We're gonna see a spike in children being recruited into gang violence. We're gonna see a spike in peer-to-peer recruitment. We're gonna see a spike in human trafficking, sex work. A lot of that is gonna happen because of this. I think that there's ways that they should go about it. But how is everyone else feeling about this? Thank you for sharing, Chris. That's so real.
Well, I am kind of feeling pretty sad about on how like the people who worked really hard and who deserves a break that doesn't get the chance to get a break from working because they had to pay bills and they had to pay the lights and everything.
Right. We do have teenagers that are on their own. A lot of them, some of them are in group homes and they work for themselves. We have teenagers that are 17, 16, 17 that are parents. So this really affects us in a major, or the teens in a major way. I think that there should be something done about it. And I think that there should be more discussion around this. Is there anyone else who wants to speak to that? Alamasi, you can also speak to that if you would like.
Definitely. I think there's a lot of fear. It's such an uncertain time. None of us are too certain as to how things are going to turn out. I know one of my biggest fear is how our economy is going to look like what you guys had mentioned when we're talking in terms of money, because a lot of people because although restaurants are going to open back up, they won't have as many positions for people to go, into those positions again. So I just like you guys, I'm afraid as to how this is going to look like when it's all over. But I also like to take the route of optimism to be more positive and just hope that we can work together collectively as a community to make sure that things don't go as bad as they can go. I don't know if I'm saying that well, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, that was perfect. That was perfect. Anyone else want to answer? Thank you, Alamasi.
Honestly, I asked my teacher if we were going to have another Great Depression, because like the first month, I seen like the stocks and stuff go like down and like they were like plummeting. I was like, are we going to go through like another Great Depression? Because I'm scared. I'm about to go shopping, do all of that, because and like it's like a fear. So I was always like wondering that. So. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are wondering that. I mean, there's so much money that's being funneled right now. Like, where does that leave us? As the future. As we move into the future. So yeah, definitely, that's something that we should definitely start talking about. And just like Alamasi said, it's good to be optimistic in this and still kind of like hold to like the positive thoughts about things. And it's going to be so imperative for all of us to work together as a community. So that word community is really, really vital right now. For all communities out there. We all have to kind of stick together and we have to help each other. This is going to be so important. Prevention is going to be so important. Awareness is going to be important. Outreach is going to be important. Making sure that we stay connected to the elderly and those who are vulnerable is very important. I agree with that. So what about camp? How do you guys feel about camp? Do anybody ever go to camp, sleepaway camp or anything like that?
Oh, I went to camp before. I hate it. I would never go back. I swear to God, I would never. It's not even funny.
What camp was it?
I was in the Fresh Air Fund.
Oh yeah.
And I went to Massachusetts for 7 days, and my mom forced me to go, and I was crying, and I did not. Nope.
You didn't like it? You didn't like the change of scenery at all?
Maybe it's because I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Than what I am now.
Yeah.
But I think maybe now I would like it, but before,
no. Okay. Yeah, I never actually had the opportunity to go to camp at all. So, I mean, I always look forward to sending my child to the Fresh Air Fund as well. Amaya actually went there and she enjoyed herself. I can't remember where she stayed at. Where was it, Maya?
Well, I went to Vermont for half a week. No, half of 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. And then I really didn't like it as much, but I liked it a little bit. Because this lady that was taking me in, right? She took me on a roller coaster. And I was kind of scared to go on, but she couldn't watch me. So I have to go on anyways.
Yeah, you definitely.
You wouldn't have never gone if I was there. So I'm glad that she took you to new levels because nope, I don't do that. I'm gonna stay on the ground level. I'm gonna eat and have a good time that way. So I'm glad that she took you to another level with that. Anyone else?
I went to a camp like in itself. I went to Hayden Marks because I was 12 at the time, so I was with one of the younger divisions. I hated it. We had to walk like a mile and a half to get to our cabins. I was like, never again. I was like, I'm not walking no more like that.
That's what I'm talking about. I hear you. I don't like running, so I know. All right. So how do you think it will impact your peers again? So I wanted to talk about that because we know that our teens, some of our teens are going to be enticed. So what are some ways that we can kind of help our peers, know right from wrong, or kind of prevent anything from that from happening? Like, for example, human trafficking. How can we prevent them from joining gangs? What can you do as a teen to help your friends not joining gangs or anything of that nature?
I feel like to help people do that, you just gotta occupy them with something to do, even while you're not there, because you never know what people gonna do while you're not there. So I just feel like they have to have something to do, because you can't stop somebody from joining a gang or anything, but you could give them other things to do so that they won't.
So what is your suggestion for if these things do close up and they're not available to any of the teenagers? What do you think they can do to kind of put something in place?
Do things that they like. Everybody has something that they like to do, so I think it's just helping them find things that they like.
Thank you. Anyone else want to answer this question? How can you help your peers or your friends?
I would say just if they're really your friends and you want to take care of them, get well, what's the wording? It's have them take part in things like this, like panels and stuff like that. Just make sure that they don't fall in the traps and the negativity that that is out here.
Yes. Thank you.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
You took the words out of your mouth. What would you say? What would you add to that? That was everything.
You already said everything I was going to say.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So here's another question. Do you think that the government handled the COVID-19 pandemic correctly? I want each of you to take your time and give them a grade from A+ to the whopping F. All right. And then you have to explain why you gave them an A, B, C, D, F.
Honestly, I give the government a big F, because I feel like we knew about it, when it first came out, but I feel like we wasn't prepared for it. I feel like they should have been giving us knowledge on this, because this pandemic been happening in China and stuff. So I feel like if they would have made us more knowledgeable of it, and if people wasn't so ignorant towards it, then it would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Anyone else?
Well, I give the government an F, because they knew about this a long time ago and they didn't do anything about it until now.
Yeah, I agree with that because actually I give it a C.
Okay.
They did a good job with it, but they should have like handed it like beforehand when it was like less serious than how it is now.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. They should have done something. They should have done something beforehand. Yeah, because it's been around. I mean, it's been around just like Ebola kept, it came back around. Some of these things, they just come back and they come back with a vengeance. And so there should have been more done. So I agree with that. Anyone else? Thank you.
I think give a government a C because they really didn't take action until it hit close to home, until it hit America. They was all saying, hey, it won't never, hit here because, we're the richest country, we're one of the richest countries. And then they also, set up the youth by, cutting off, programs that can enlighten the youth, stuff like that. I was really looking forward to SYP and, with, people that are, in underserved communities, they're missing out on opportunities with, counterparts, so they set up everybody in the long run.
We're going to take one more question, one more answer to that, and then we're going to move on to the next round, next stage, which is bringing in Alamasi, and then we will take it from there. So one more answer. What grade would you give the government for the way they handled COVID-19?
Can I give them a letter lower than F? Okay, if not, I'll give them an F.
Yeah.
Cause they signed up to protect us. They knew what was happening. They didn't inform us. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And that is very true. I agree with everyone else who believe that they should have gotten maybe somewhere between a D, CD, I would say, because they try, not all of them, but some people, some of the, some parts of the government did try to make things better for the community, and they tried to act fast. And there's other parts that, I think because we're not from the same communities, they didn't really care. So that's just my opinion. I'm gonna move on to introducing Miss Alamasi. I would like everybody to mute your phones or your devices until it's the part for Q&A. Okay, so once Q&A comes, you guys can ask Alamasi questions. I'm just gonna catch up because I have not heard from her in a long time, and there's a lot that's changed. So hi, Alamasi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. So tell me, there's a lot going on with you. There's a lot that has changed. You're obviously older now and a little bit more seasoned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited to talk to you tonight. So I know that you're having a journey. You're about to embark on this new journey. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. First, I'm not sure if they're aware of how we met.
Yeah, we should talk about that. Absolutely.
Yeah, Monique was also one of my mentors when I was younger. She had a dance group. I don't even remember the name of our dance group. I can't remember the name, but I don't really have the best moves, so I was always in the back, just to let you guys know. I can't dance to save my life. Monique knows how to dance, and she was trying to help me out, but it just never worked out. But that's how we met. So we were basically, she gave us an outlet to express ourselves through dance, so that was great, and that was very meaningful and impactful for me. So that's how we met at the East YMCA in Minnesota. But yeah, so where am I currently? So I graduated from the University of Minnesota Duluth about 4 years ago. I majored in business administration with an emphasis in HR management. So I'm in the HR world. I just got married. So I'm married. I live in Cincinnati, Ohio now, and I am, just working, but I created this blog because one of the questions that you had asked earlier is what are we doing with our time in quarantine? So that's one of the things I decided to do, was to create an outlet for me to be able to take people on my journey and the different things I've learned over the years, and to also be able to hear what other people are dealing with and what they've been through as well. And hopefully we can all empower each other and grow together to just be the best versions of ourselves. So that's where I'm currently at right now. But
Awesome. That is amazing. And yes, I should have started exactly there because I mean, I remember the dance group. I remember all of the students,
yeah,
Marsha and all of them that used to come on Saturdays.
exactly.
It was one of my, actually, you guys were the reason why I decided to move into the realm of work that I'm doing right now, because I saw there was a lot of need in some of the students that was, you know, that I was working with during dance.
Yeah.
And so I thought that it was really great. I mean, you guys have been my inspiration, honestly. I mean, since I left there, I came here and I started working with the youth here. So thank you so much for, you know, believing in me and, you know, pushing me without even knowing unintentionally. So I had a couple of questions for you. So one thing is, tell me 3 things that you're grateful for.
3 things that I'm grateful for. I think the first thing I am most grateful for is my mom. She is the reason that I am the way I am in every way. So I'm grateful for my mother. The second thing I am grateful for is just life in general. But most importantly, I think my drive to want to do good and want to do better. So I'm grateful for that. And third, I'm grateful for my husband and the little family we're building. So that's what I'm grateful for right now.
Yeah, I'm super happy and congrats to you. I'm so happy for you. That's a whole nother journey.
Yeah.
That we have to write about.
I'm learning.
I know it's been 12 years for us, you know, on our journey of marriage. And so I'm wishing more and more and more for you and your husband as well. And
Well,
the family that you
congratulations
build.
to you guys, because 12 years. 12 years
Yes.
ago.
Yeah, something I'm going to write about.
Yeah.
So in light of COVID-19, and people are experiencing stress and suicidal thoughts and all type of different issues, what can you say to them? Like, what are 3 things or maybe some things you can help them cope with, especially if they're younger?
First, I would say, I think we're going to get through this. So right now, things don't look good at all, and that's okay. And it's okay for you to feel everything that you're feeling. I don't think people say that enough. So if you're afraid, it's okay that you're afraid. I'm afraid. I think the whole world is afraid. If you're unsure of how life is going to look like after this, it's okay to feel that. It's okay to feel those anxiety and all the different emotions that come along with that. But it's important that you feel that, but then shake yourself from it at the same time. That's what I always like to tell people. You feel it, you accept it, you know it's happening. And then the next question you want to ask yourself is, what am I going to do now? Like, what's going to be my next step? Because what you don't want to happen is to stay in that state of fear or stay in that state of anxiety, because all that does is just, it's not good for your health. It doesn't allow you to progress and move forward. So now that we know how life looks like now, we have to start planning on what we're going to do next. So if there's not going to be any camps, because I love going to camp. I know some of you guys said you didn't like going to camps, but I did when I was younger. But and some of the different programs that you guys had available to you that's no longer available, start thinking and improvising on what you're going to do with your time and how you're going to be able to give back, and or how you can make money. Like, just start thinking, like, you can even go online. I know people that are you guys' age that are going online and finding different ways to make money, not illegally, legally. But just go. There's so many resources out there. There's people that they're doing YouTube videos. So if you like to talk, I know somebody said that they're a poet. You can go and put your poetry out there, speak to the people, motivate people that way. So I would say, start thinking of how you can be impactful during this time, and how you can stay connected to your friends. Although you guys may not be in the same vicinity, you're still able to stay connected via phone, FaceTime. There's so many different options available to you. So find those ways to still stay connected and think about what you're going to do when this is all over. So that's what I've been thinking about it, because I'm not even sure how things are going to look like. So I'm asking myself, what am I going to do if things don't go the way I plan? So.
Absolutely. Now, I also have a young lady that's on here, Miss Josiah, and she's the one who was speaking a lot, had a lot to say, which I love.
Yeah.
She is actually running a runner-up for a valedictorian. What can you speak to? Yes. What can you speak to her? What can you speak into her life about this stage right now? I know that she's probably disappointed because graduation is not going to be available for them. However, you know, going beyond this, you know, and thinking about her first years in college, what can you say to her about that? How can you inspire her? Is there some words that you may be able to give her?
And Josiah, if I remember correctly, I know you said that you haven't been feeling as motivated since you're no longer in school. And I understand that, but I think it's important that you stay motivated because there's a big prize in front of you, right? You can become this valedictorian and apply for all these awesome scholarships that are out there because of your academic achievement. You know, get as many scholarships as you can, go to college for not as much, you know, you don't pay as much. And college is it's going to change your life. It is going to change your life. And for everybody, regardless if you're a valedictorian or if you're not, college can change the trajectory of your life in the most positive way. I'm pretty sure all of you guys want to live a good life with good money coming in and traveling and I like to say, close your eyes and imagine what it is that you want life to look like. And then when you open it back up, get back to working. So although I've been watching a lot of Netflix shows too, I won't lie. So I get it. I've been watching a lot of Netflix shows. Somebody said The Heist. I don't know if you guys are all watching that, but I already finished season 3. So trust me, I know how it can feel like when you're just sitting at home and you don't have a lot. But after you're done watching that, make sure that you're still getting your work done. Or make sure you get your work done before you engage in those type of activities because it's going to feel so good when everybody is screaming your name because you're valedictorian and you're walking down that stage and they're like, Josiah, Josiah, Josiah. You're gonna feel all kind of emotions. So you want that, right? And you want to go to college and be able to have your community, like Monique and everybody, be proud of your achievements. So just always remember what the end goal is. The end goal is I want to have a great life with financial security. Keep thinking about that and keep pushing, and things are going to be hard, but you just have to push. And that's how I stay motivated. I'm I envision the type of life I want to have and I just go for it. So yeah. And that's to everybody, everyone. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. You know, it's so important. I also would like you to talk a little bit about support. And what was your support system and how it helped you? Because sometimes, you know, our teens are going through a lot. They don't only just go to school. A lot of parents fail to realize that their kids don't just go to school. They go to school, sometimes they're teased, sometimes they're bullied, sometimes there's a lot of other things going on. There's peer pressure, there's all of these things in between. And so, you know, the first thing the parent do when they see their child is go sit and clean up, or you forgot to do this, not knowing or acknowledging the person that just came home, just went through hell in school, you know, and I remember for myself, I didn't have a strong support team or a support group behind me, but I know, Alamasi, you did 100%. You know, you had Kurt New, you had me, you had all of the other people that was in your life that was pushing you. You did a lot of great things. So how important is support for those who are in high school or leaving middle school, going to high school, leaving high school, going to college?
Exactly. I probably should preface by saying that I too was bullied, right? I was just a weird kid. I just didn't fit in, right? But so I need you guys to understand that. So people, you know, made fun of me. They made fun of the way I dressed because my mom didn't have all the money. I went to a private Catholic school. So all the kids there were extremely rich and I was not. And Monique, you know where I grew up, on the east side of St. Paul. So there was not money coming in like that. So although I was teased and people were made fun of me, I knew, like I said, you have to remember what your end goal is and where you're trying to go. And going back to that word community, that is the most important thing. You have to define and find what your support system is going to look like, right? The friends that are always there for you, encouraging you and moving you in the right direction, those are the type of friends you want in your life. You guys are very fortunate to have Monique, so hold on to her. Hold on to her wisdom, and when things become difficult and you don't understand what's happening, that is the first person you can call to and talk to her so she can guide you through all the different things that you're dealing with and put you right back on the path that you need to be on. And I like to keep God in my community, my faith. That was extremely important for me, and I think that really helped me stay away from, because I grew up on the east side of St. Paul. I could have ended up doing some really bad things. And those opportunities did present themselves to me. However, I think because of my faith And the fact that I had people like Monique and Kurt and my mentors and my mom, I held on to those people tightly. And those people could also tell when things weren't right. And they would come and put me right back on the path that I needed to be on. So that's why it's important that you define your community. And that if you have any friends that are just not good, you can laugh around and you can be like, oh, but keep in mind that if you keep those friends around you, you may find yourself going in those directions. So there's times where I had to separate myself from certain friends, because although I thought that I would never do what they're doing, I sometimes started to see that I desired it a little bit, because they looked like they were having so much fun. They looked like they're drinking, smoking, doing all of that. And it looks fun. So then you start to tell yourself, well, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can try that. Maybe I won't get in trouble. But then keep in mind that as soon as you start walking into that path, you may end up there and never be able to get yourself back. So when you have people like that, you have to separate and find a way to separate yourself from that type of environment. And that's the only way it can be to
that is so true.
Mm-hmm.
So true, Alamasi. I feel like, the devil kind of have a way of making the bad things look good. And so this is why a lot of our teens or, individuals are getting involved in these type of things. The longer you're around people that are doing these type of things, you do start to pick up on the desire to want, so I think that's so important. I'm glad you brought that to everybody's attention. At this moment, because we are running a little bit over, I want the teens to be able to, have a small Q&A with you, if that's okay. I want everybody to come back on, and you can, have respect for each other by making sure that each person is speaking clearly so that Alamasi can answer any of your questions. Like I said, she has a lot to offer. She's closer to your age than I am. She's amazing. I'm amazing person. She's doing amazing things. And I'm really, 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 really proud of you, Alamasi. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. You're one of the people that I look back and I'm like, oh my God, Alamasi's doing, oh my God, look at her. So yeah, I definitely want you guys to open up now to kind of ask any questions. Like I said, she went to college, she's doing some great things. She's moving into business. And I know that Jazria, I know that you're starting to look into hair business and installing lashes. That's something that you can talk to her about. She does business. Yeah. So this is perfect for you guys. Okay. So I'm gonna let it go, let it open up. And then after that, we'll have Q&A. We'll finish the Q&A and then we'll move into just trying to ask some little quirky questions, and you guys will get some gifts, and we'll call it a night. Okay. All right.
Okay. I have a question first. What did you how did you decide if you wanted to stay close to home or go far away? Because that's where I'm stuck right now.
I wanted to go far away.
I want to go far too.
Yeah, right.
I'm at my school that I want to go to. I got accepted into Clark Atlanta University. That's where I want to go.
Congratulations! Yeah.
Thank you. But it's expensive.
Yes.
It's not cheap at all.
That was gonna be my, Go ahead.
I don't know. I just feel like I know that's my dream school, and that's where I want to go. And I'm proud of myself that I got accepted there. But I just feel like if I go to I got accepted to Iona with a scholarship.
That's awesome.
I feel like it would just be easier to go to a school where I basically almost have a full ride. Yeah. Because I won't have to worry about, all my focus could be on school.
And that was going to be my next thing. So I wanted to be far away, but then cost was the most important factor for me. Because ultimately you're going to get a degree regardless, right? And the experience does matter. But what you don't want, and this is my advice, what you don't want to happen is after those 4 years, you're in the type of debt that's going to take you a while to get. I had friends that did that. I left school and I barely had anything. So that's a better feeling than if I would have went somewhere closer to home. Or because mine ended up being far away where I was able to not pay so much. But had I went to the school that I actually wanted, I would have been $50K plus in debt. That doesn't work.
That's how I feel too. And because I know I want to be a lawyer, I'm going to be a lawyer.
Yes.
I know that paying for school and then law school is just going to be a lot.
Yeah, I think go for the cost. That's my advice. Or if you really like Clark University, reach out to them to see if they have any scholarships that you qualify for. And maybe that can be the sweet spot, because if you can get some scholarships, and then you're still able to go to the school that you want to, that would be the best scenario. So yeah, that'd be my.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else who have any questions for Alamasi?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you ever see your bullies again?
No, not that I've seen them again, but it's kind of funny because some of them added me back on Facebook and sometimes, or Instagram, I should say, and they'll like certain things. And I'm like, interesting, Or like, I remember one time somebody was like, oh, wow, congratulations, you've done it. And I was like, you see, life is interesting, I tell you. And just keep that in mind, like things are going to turn out, like they're going to be looking back at you years from now, like wishing that they hadn't done what they did. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone else have a question? Any of the Perry sisters?
Who wanted to open up a store, eyelash store? Who's that?
They might have stepped away.
Okay.
Oh no, they're here. They're here.
Hi, yeah, I wanted to start my eyelash business.
Okay, so do you?
I did start it already.
You already did? Do you have like an online store?
I'm working on that.
Okay, well, if you want to like let Monique know, we can get connected and I can help you build one and put something together.
That would be good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I like to wear eyelashes, so you could.
Okay.
And I'm still learning. I have a whole bunch inside there, just sitting there, just piling up because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. I don't know if anyone else has any questions. But...
Any questions? No, not at the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then we are gonna move on to our next phase, which should be fun. I want everybody to be interactive, have fun, because this is the time where we're not really asking any questions. We're just like, well, we are asking questions. We're just kind of just having fun and trying to like get some gift cards, but hopefully everybody will be able to go with one anyways. So I'm gonna move this on. Just give me 1 second. Let me grab this thing. So I got this great little sticker thingy, right? So I don't know if you guys can see this. Wait, can you? Right there? Yep. Right there. All right. So I'm going to ask a question. Whoever answers first will be able to get something. So where are the questions? Right here. All right. That's not working for me. All right. So the first question is, what is the height of a basketball hoop? She's like, no. The height of a basketball.
10 feet.
10 centimeters?
No, what? Hold on. Somebody, hold on. What is the height of a basketball hoop?
10 feet.
10 feet. All right. All right, so mark him down. So you got a $15 gift card. Make sure you're writing that down for him. And I will be able to, the Amazon card, all of the cards are Amazon, and they range from 10 to 25. And then you guys can use it right away because I have like the code. So as soon as I'm off, we will email it to you or text it to you. All right, the next question. Who created Marvel Comics? Come on now, come on.
Stan Lee.
Who said that? Who said that?
Stan Lee.
He got it. But wait a minute. But we're gonna pass that on to someone real quick if you don't mind, okay? But it was Stan Lee.
Oh, no, I'm just answering the question.
All right, I'm gonna try something else. Yeah, I gotta act real quick. Who made the coronavirus go viral?
Cardi B.
So who said first?
Me.
Maya. All right, Maya, you got a $10 gift card. All right, this is one that everybody should know. Name 3 dances that are relevant right now on TikTok. Oh! Wait.
Repeat it.
Wait.
repeat that?
It was the Perry sister who went first. I think she said Perry sisters.
Wait,
Which
no,
one?
can you repeat the question?
I said Charlie D'Amelio.
Hold on, I can't hear you guys. Can everybody else mute? Can everybody else mute? All right, Perry sister, you're on. Name 3 songs that are relevant dances. Sorry. Let's go down.
What? I can't hear you.
Okay, name 3 dances that are relevant right now. Let's say TikTok dances.
Oh, the Renegade.
Uh-huh.
And and the Juicy Slide. Yeah, the Juicy Slide.
All right, thank you. You guys got it. Woo. So you guys got a $25 gift card.
Can I get one?
All right, that goes to, was that Janala? Or Janala?
Yeah. That was Janela.
No, that was
All right,
Janala.
All right, so Janala gets $25 gift card.
I'm the one who
All right. All right, here's the next one. What is the top grossing movie in America right now?
Avengers Endgame.
Bad Boys.
It's true. Somebody said Bad Boy.
That was me.
The answer was the Avenger Endgame. So Malik gets a $10. All right, here's one. A $25 gift card is on the line right now. If you can tell me what are 3 ways to prevent yourself from being trafficked.
Okay, you can.
Don't talk to strangers.
You say in the house. You gotta say anything. That is so slow.
Hello?
We can't hear you.
Oh, okay, go ahead. 3 ways you can prevent yourself from being trafficked.
Don't talk to strangers.
1.
Staying in the house.
No.
That's not 1. That's not 1.
Internet safety.
Internet, woo, yes, okay.
Don't give
Don't
out
give out
information.
information.
Yeah, don't give out information.
Good, perfect. 3, you got it. That's a $10 gift card. Good job. $25 gift. I'm sorry, $25 gift card. That was
Thank
for
you.
Janala.
That was Jazria.
That's Ria. Okay. Oh my God, they look so like twins. I'm sorry, you guys look like twins, like triplets. I can't. All right. All right. So there's one more, and this is kind of I don't know if you're gonna get it. So we have to name 6 princesses in 15 seconds.
Oh, I can do that.
6 princesses, Disney princesses, in 15 seconds.
I can do that.
Starting. Raise your hand. Maybe you can raise your hand on there. All right. Which one is it? Oh, Josiah. Josiah got it. Josiah?
Yeah. Tell me,
All right,
you gotta tell me when the 15
I'm
seconds.
gonna do it right now. Ready? Starting now.
You got Belle, Mulan, what's the Tangle one name? Tangle, Princess Tiana, Cinderella, Snow White.
All right, you
That's
got
a lot
it. You got it. So she gets a $15 gift card. All right. Someone had a question. Does somebody have a question?
No. Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Last question is. Let me see. I'm gonna put this. Make this one easy. It's the last question.
Okay.
How do you prevent coronavirus?
Wear masks.
Bye.
outside with gloves and masks.
Just cover your mouth. Don't
And
speak. Don't talk.
All right.
It's 6 feet apart.
wash your hands. Wash your hands.
Yes.
Hand
I'm gonna give that to.
sanitizer. Wash your hands. 20 seconds. Wash your hands. Wash your hair. And then
All right, so I'm gonna give that to the one in the middle, the Perry sisters. Janaya, that's gotta be Janaya. That's Janaya.
that was Jasmine. That was all of us, basically.
All right, so y'all gonna split that $10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they got $10. All right, guys. So that was the end of this segment. That was really, really cool. I really am happy that you guys came on tonight. I'm so excited that you guys were able to get a seat at the table and to really discuss, you know, how you guys are feeling. That was the whole purpose of the teen check-in tonight, to see how you guys are doing, how you're feeling, and so you can weigh in on what your concerns are, where you're feeling, and so on and so forth. So I'm grateful to have you guys join on tonight, and I'm gonna have to take some lessons from Jazria on everything, okay? The hair, everything. So thank you guys for all coming on. I want to thank Alamasi. I want to thank Chris Lane. I want to thank all of the others that came on tonight, and I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Okay?
You too. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
I will
You
get
too.
in touch with you all about your gift card.
Bye.
All right,
Thank
good night,
you. Bye.
everybody. Good night. Good
Bye.
night.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Oh, good night.
Bye.
Boopy doopy.